Okay, we're gonna switch gears a little bit today on the farm and talk about the Rose of Sharon, which is a type of hibiscus. It's actually a common hibiscus. It's considered a shrub and it's actually considered invasive because it spreads so quickly. But I'm going to talk to you. I've not had a problem with it being invasive. I just transplant the ones that it reseeds. I'm using it as a privacy um, structure, a privacy shrub. They grow quickly. The one behind me here over my shoulder is about 12 feet tall, and it's been here for five and a half years now. They have these beautiful, you can see them, purple lavender colored flowers, and it will bloom from now until early fall off and on. They are tolerant to drought, which is nice. Once they're established, there's no problems with drought. It'll continue to flower. As a beekeeper, it's really nice because it gives the bees another option. Let's see, I've got one over here that I pruned to be more like a flower. It's in my flowering garden. So I actually pruned it. It needs to be pruned again, but I pruned the bottom so that it starts flowering up above, where the rest of them I've just kind of let them go. I've had to tie this one back numerous times and cut it back, but as you can see, I'm just over 5 foot tall. You can see how tall that is. But I have planted them along, and the reason I'm really discussing this today, I've planted them along my fence line, about a foot out from my fence line, because I have an issue with specifically my labs like to jump my fence. The fence is 4 foot tall. I think it's a 4 foot chain fence. And they're not climbing the fence. The labs literally, my one lab literally can soar over the fence. And I've tried extending the fence with 18-inch extenders. I've tried using all different methods. So I'm hoping putting this between me, and it's only going across to the neighbors, specifically when they see a cat over there. Now I have 5 cats. The dogs aren't going to harm the cat necessarily, but it is upsetting, obviously, to the neighbor to have that happen. So I'm trying to do what I can to stop the dogs. Right now they're on runners, which I hate to have to do that, especially when I have such a large area. The only other option would be to put a privacy fence all the way around, which right now I only have the privacy fence between the back and the front yard to help ensure that they don't get to my chickens or ducks. However, I'm going to show you the ones that I've planted over here. Get over here. Now, these were planted a year ago, and you can see they're about 5 foot tall now because this one's just about my height. They did flower last year. These are all the seed pods. They will reseed easily. They just drop their seed pods, and then you'll have new ones grow right below it. Use a weed whacker, or you can use your lawnmower or dig them up and replant them. They're very easy to find. I mean, I don't know why they're so expensive where I can find them to buy. And to me, expensive, we're talking $15, $16, $20, $30, depending on the height of them, because they grow so quickly. And they reproduce so quickly. I just don't quite understand, but I'm sure if you got on Facebook Marketplace or find some plant swaps, surely if you put somewhere that you want a Rose of Sharon, or also known as a common hibiscus, somebody around you would have them. Again, we are in a severe drought right now, and all of these were planted just in the fall. And some are doing better than others, and it may just be because some of them were only a few inches tall when I planted them, but you can tell I don't water these. Now the first week, along with a lot of things I do when I plant them, I do water them every single day for the first week to 10 days, watering just their roots. These have not flowered yet, but I can see it's got the beginnings now of flowers for some. The ones that were planted a year ago flowered last fall, and they will again flower this year. I don't see flowers yet on these. They do prefer full sun. However, see, I've got some lower ones. However, they do okay. I do have a few. This is not one. There we go. Most of them that were planted are close to the height of my fence, but they do well in the shade. This one over here, these in the corner, are actually in the shade most of the day, and this one is growing slower. It was planted a year ago, and you see it's not above, oh, here comes one of my cats, is not above the fence line yet, but it's still doing well. My hope is that that eventually these will grow to and fill out, because I'm not going to prune them up. I want them to fill out at the bottom, and I've tried to plant them close enough, about 2.5, maybe 3 feet apart. And again, they'll spread, but my hope is that they'll grow thick enough and full enough that my dogs will not be able to easily just soar over the fence. And I think if I can stop that, that will stop some of the issues. And again, I'm in the process of moving the farm, so it may be a moot point anyway, but one of my kids is actually buying my house, and it'll be nice to have that privacy buffer. And definitely will get the privacy. It also provides some shade, so if you're looking for an easy shade tree, and again, as a beekeeper, it's great because even during the drought, these are going to flower, and there's tons of flowers, and my bees are happy. I swear last year there was a point for about 2 weeks that the only thing flowering was my rose of Sharon, and I feel like that was keeping my bees alive. Naturally, without having to feed them sugar water, which you don't really want to do too much of. So just a thought, look for the rose of hibiscus if you're anywhere in the area that I am. I'm right here on the border of North and South Carolina, outside the Charlotte metro area. Feel free to put a comment here or find my Facebook page, the North Farm Haven, and I'll be happy to get you some seedlings so that you can plant yours today. But Rose of Sharon, look it up, put them out there. Again, they are known to be invasive, so just be aware. Don't just, I guess, plant them and just never see them again. Like other things like the bamboo and other type things, if left to their own devices, they can easily, I guess, get out of hand. I don't have an issue here because I mow here every week. And I use the weed whacker around them, so it's not like they're going to spread like crazy because I'll be cutting down everything that I don't want. But just wanted to make sure you're aware of it. But again, just a different change. Need something for privacy, need something for shade, or just want the pretty flowers. Again, they're beautiful. Let me step over here so you can see these, because these two are almost in full bloom. They only bloom for the day. They will fall, the petals will fall. But yeah, so you can see that. Hopefully you can see it better than I can. Beautiful lavender flowers. And just like the regular hibiscus, they just have these beautiful flowers, the shapes of them. But yeah, usually they've got, I don't see any bees out right now, but usually there's bees out here. Again, easy to redo. These are the seed pods. They drop to the ground and you'll immediately have more hibiscus. So look it up. Hope this helps somebody. It's a cheap way to get yourself a border or set up some privacy. So good luck.